What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcast for the next episode of Stardew Valley. My name is Splattercat. Very happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while. We got some watering to get done. In the previous episode, we had sided with the homeless, and I feel pretty good about it. I've been at points in my life where I was basically like one paycheck away from homelessness. Like, I've gone hungry, I've slept on floors, I've done all that stuff right up next to the edge. And so, I don't know, if that ever happened to me and I ended up in a bad situation, I'd want people to be kind to me. And so I feel like being kind in this situation, I realize it's a video game, by the way. It's very easy to act like you're like a super altruistic or ethical or nice human being when you're playing something that isn't real. But anyways, I would hope most people would be nice to the homeless. A lot of them are mentally infirm. That's the case with most of the homeless people in the town where I live. There's actually not a whole lot. There's a couple of homeless people that have been here for a while. They've all got nicknames like Raccoon and stuff like that. They're just like part of the community, basically. Like, nobody runs them off. I don't live like in a small town, but I don't live in like a big town either. My city has 6 figures as far as population goes, but it's not like enormous either. And so you still have kind of some of that old, I'm not even sure how to describe it, kind of like that old Americana type thing going on. I'm not sure what word to use right there, but either way, if I was homeless, or if that paycheck had not come through and I'd end up in a bad situation, I would have very much preferred that people treat me kindly rather than treat me like a bum or being mean. A lot of the ones around here are mentally infirm, though. There's the one that we call Fiesta, because he's got a sombrero. He's got a big-ass sombrero, and he, like, hallucinates and stuff, and occasionally he'll put the sombrero down on the ground and he does, like, a fiesta dance. And so that's why we called him Fiesta. That's what we called him in high school anyways. Everybody knew who Fiesta was. The second you used it, you're like, hey, you ever seen Fiesta around here? Like, the second they're like, who's Fiesta? You're like, oh, you know the homeless guy with the sombrero? And they'd be like, oh, yeah, I know that guy. I seen him around. My mom drives around. So does my neighbor, actually. My mom drives around. She takes care. There's a blind. Oh, we can't go into the festival right now. Okay. My mom brings food like once or twice a week. There's a blind homeless guy here, too. Just sits out on a corner. Like, he can't see, and he just sits on a corner. People are mean to him, though, man. People, like, throw shit at him and stuff. It's cruel, man. Sometimes I wonder what's wrong with the world. Sometimes I wonder. Human beings can be, like, so heartless. It's brutal. Like, who throws stuff at, like, a blind homeless guy? Like, people shout at him out their windows while they drive by and throw shit at him. I've seen it happen once or twice where people are just being, like, overtly cruel. I'll be like, man, you know, I hope there's some higher power or something. You get paid back for that kind of shit. That's the kind of karma you don't come back from. Wow, there's people everywhere. I've been up since dawn coloring eggs. It's always my favorite part of the season. Vincent loves this festival. It's a joy to see him so happy. This fruit punch is unusually good. Taking breaks from work can make you more productive in the long run. Welcome to the Egg Festival. Compliments of my wonderful brood of hens. You think everybody's ready for the egg hunt yet? Yeah, let's start. Let's do this thing. I like Easter egg hunts. They're fun. It's time for the highlight of today's festivities, the annual spring egg hunt. Calm down now, kiddos. You're going to need all your energy if you hope to find the most eggs and take home the exclusive prize. Now, is everybody ready? Let the egg hunt begin! Oh, I think I see one. I got one. We got this. I bet they're all hidden behind stuff. There's one over here, too. I see it. This egg is mine! Give me the eggs! I will destroy this children's function with my competitive adult spirit! Give me them all! Ah! Oh, there's a golden egg over here. That's because I'm the best. Our beloved Mona. That's not what I wanted. Ah! Little kids, you will not have these eggs. Oh, there's one right there. There's one right here! Ah! I like egg hunts. I get kind of into this shit. Easter is a fun holiday for me. I was bummed out once I could no longer do Easter egg hunts and stuff. It was a letdown. I found it to be deeply upsetting once that's one of the worst things about being an adult is you're not allowed to do all the fun stuff on holidays anymore. You just become like a facilitator for little kids to have fun. Like, but I don't want to facilitate. I want to be the guy. I didn't see him pick anything up, so I'm hoping I won here. I think I did a pretty good job. Almost got a dozen. Wow, look at all these eggs. Now, if only I could get you kids to pick up litter this efficiently, we would have the cleanest town this side of the Gem Sea. Ha! And now, the winner of this year's egg hunt go, farmer! Ah! The crowd goes wild! They can't handle it! His egg farming skills have put the small children to shame. He was jumping over fences, pushing little kids' heads down, just be like, "There's my egg!" Cross-checking, getting done. Here's your prize. Enjoy. Is it money? Oh, it's a straw hat. Well, that's it for this year's Eggs Festival. Come along. Thanks for coming, everybody. I wonder if the other little kids get butthurt because they lost. Boom, daka, boom, daka, boom, daka, boom, 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 daka, 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 boom, 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 daka, boom. I'm not sure this hat fits my particular style. From behind, I look like a park ranger, and from the front, I look like one of those guys that goes on the front of a fish stick package. That's what I thought too, kitty. That's what I thought too. Yeah, I used to work at a homeless shelter once or twice a month back in the day. I haven't done it in a long ass time, though. My parents still do it. That's who I did it with. I'm just so busy nowadays. Although I suppose there's no time like the present to do something nice for somebody, right? Cool. Another Parsnip Harvest. We got a... What does the gold mean right there? Does that mean it's like the shit? It's like the best parsnip ever? Like among parsnips, it is the mightiest of parsnips? Let's go ahead and plant another couple rows, and we'll see what we can pick up after this. I've also got to get my watering done, although I think... Oh, man, I forgot to refill my can because I'm a douche to myself like that. Okay, let's refill our water very, very rapidly. I should have fertilized these. That was such a mistake. They're just going to sit there and grow over and over and over again. Perfecto. God, my face is so itchy right now. Why is my face so itchy? You know there's a specific thing that causes an itch? Like, you trigger an itch when it's between, like, when an adjutant gets in between, like, the third and fourth layer of your skin. Like, it's super specific like that. I Googled it one night because I was bored. I Google a lot of stuff in the middle of the night when I'm bored. In the dark of the night, I am on Google. Perfecto. A little bit more cash for us. It's a Sunday. So I think we should be able to take this stuff to the store. We're still at the point where we can water all of our crops before everything else opens and not get into trouble. My succulents are dying right now. I got a bunch of succulents in my living room, and they are not doing well at the moment. I think it's because I asked my lady if she'd been watering them recently. Technically, they're her succulents, but I like ice plant and succulent and things like that. And she said nay, she had not watered them in quite some time. I got them in a Bulbasaur planter. A screen-printed Bulbasaur planter that my sister got me. And so anyways, my Bulbasaur grows succulents out of its back. I already watered those, right? Okay, good. And so what do I have left as far as seeds go? I got 15 taters. And I got some spring seeds remaining. Okay, let's plant the taters then. As many taters as we can plant. Then we'll spend a little bit more time getting them all watered. And I think I missed the ones that are down here. There we go, perfect. And we're done with our farming for the day, right on time at 9 a.m. Until we come up with some kind of automation, I don't know if we'll want to make the farm any bigger. However, got stones and I got some other stuff in here. I'm going to put those in. Let's take that. I need the stones. And then if I only had the stones for it, we can make a furnace now. Where we should put said furnace, I'm not really so sure. I'd say we put it out here, like in the back of the house somewhere. Or maybe over here, possibly. Seems good enough to me. And so now if we wanted to make ore... So I take these. Oh, it requires a coal. Okay. I don't recall where I picked up coal from. There was definitely a thing that I got coal from, though. I remember having it in my inventory. So here we got 5 coal right there. A combustible rock that is useful for crafting and smelting. I'm assuming that once spring is over, we'll have summer. And then we'll farm through spring and summer, and then once fall and winter gets here, my guess is that maybe that's the adventuring season, possibly. so that we can like hang out for a little while and actually explore some of the things that are around this area. Requires 5 ores. That makes me happy in a lot of different ways. I like things that are divisible by 5. It makes me super happy when things are divisible by 5. I think all things should be divisible by 5. And there's always that guy that's like, oh, well, if you go to 0.5 or 0.05, everything's divisible by 5. Do it eventually, right? I'm like, no, we're not going to. Of course, yeah, fine. That's cool. Caveat accepted. However, I mean, I like it when you've got, like, integers, like whole numbers that are divisible by 5. They're my favorite. Might seem like a weird thing to have, like a favorite number configuration, but hey. Nobody said I was normal. I run a place called the Nerd Castle on the internet where I talk to myself like 12 hours a day on camera for the entertainment of other human beings on the internet. If I'm not at least a little bit weird based on that criteria, I'd be very, very surprised. I don't think I'm going to sell the fish for right now. I will, however. I'm going to get rid of some of these parsnips because we are broke as a joke at the moment. We need to make some money. I need a little bit more spendy cash. And then our energy's so low right now that I don't know if we can afford to go back down into the mine. But we kind of need to so that we can upgrade all of our tools. It's a rough spot to be in. In addition, if I had thought about it, I would have brought the geodes with me too, because that would have made things a little easier. Let's go inside and sell these things off first. A $52 parsnip. Well, if we didn't have money before, we got money now, so that's pretty sweet. With smelting, we wanted to make the bar. We got to explore the mine down to level 5. We got Robin's lost axe. It's possible that we may be able to track down the axe today. Let me take a look at the map. What is this? Trying to keep with the art of fishing alive, I'll pay 90 G to any fisherman who catches 3 sunfish. Good luck. Sounds alright to me. What's the time limit looking like on that one, though? 2 days to catch 3 sunfish. That should be more than possible, I think. Sunfish are typically like in little rivers and lagoons. Let me go get my rod. And what I'll try to do is we'll go down south. We should have plenty of time to get this. Oh. Yay! We got a bunch of clay. I don't know why it was undulating beneath the surface of the earth. I think our clay might be animate, which is a little bit terrifying, but what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? Sometimes somebody animates some clay. They're a clayomancer. It is what it is. I will bring... I don't think I'm going to need... Guess I could try to take the geode over to the blacksmith. I don't know how many I should have before I just call it quits, though. And then give me that... Actually, I'll probably eat these 2 just to get my energy back up. I'll save them for adventures, though, later. Never mind. I'll do it later. And so is there a way for me to go south and get across there? Looks like there is. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and do it, he proposed. That is if I can find my way through this ridiculous field of stones. There we go. I knew I'd get out of here eventually. I knew I could escape. Ew, it smells. Why is it locked? I want to explore the sewers. I think Gunther has the key. Professor Gunther? The man who runs the museum? Why do you think he has it? I saw a big rusty old key fall out of his pocket one time. A creepy sewer door like this has just got to be a match for a big rusty old key. There's something moving around in there. Ain't that just like kids, though? We used to do that when I was a kid. We would go out like in the morning, and we would disappear into the countryside for hours, just wandering around. We bring a water bottle or 2 with us. When we were probably like 8 or 9 years old. We just wander around through the creeks, through the fields, the little foresty areas. Probably wasn't safe. But then again, life's not supposed to be safe, I don't think. I don't know. I don't want to play it safe ever. I've noticed myself getting into that habit too now that YouTube is going okay, and I kind of do this every day as my own little Ooh, there's an oyster on the ground. Oh, a clam. I apologize. We have oysters here. We don't have clams. So can I not go this way? Or is that going to be the split? Interesting. Maybe we have to cut west right there. I wanted to look for the axe today, but I don't know if I'm going to have the luck to find it. So you cross the bridge. So maybe they're talking about over here, maybe. Either way, we're in the neighborhood of where the blacksmith is, so let's go get our geodes busted open. Once we break open the geodes, what is this thing right here? Closed until summer, maybe like a little fresh market stall or something. I don't know. Let's see, let's process some geodes. What was that? A petrified slime. I thought we got a watermelon out. And then some limestone. Oh, it costs 25 bucks per... Oh, that's hella expensive. No. I hit you with my hoe. So for a petrified slime, I feel like I should probably hold on to some of this stuff. There's got to be a reason why... It just my initial inclination has got to be that there's got to be a use for some of this stuff. And I bet it's for some of the rare... I'm going to get rid of the limestone, though. And so can I open this? Someone lived here once. Okay. No, I don't want to talk to you right now. I want to drink this Joja Cola. There we go. Move that meter a tiny little bit. And then from here, I'll probably just fish for the rest of the day. I wanted to get that quest done. I'd love to look for dudes, like, random axe, but I'm having trouble, like, locating... Actually, we're eliminating variables. It's not that bad. Like, it may feel like we're way off course right now, but it's not that terrible. It's not that terrible. We'll get it. Never been much of a fisherman myself. My dad and I used to go fishing all the time when I was a kid. Me and his friends and his friends' sons and everything. We go fishing, but I never quite enjoyed it. Always lack of the patience for it. I get bored. So then I started bringing like a Game Boy while I fished. And to my dad and to his friends, I was destroying the spirit and the sanctity of fishing. We couldn't appreciate things in the classic way that people from the 60s could or something. I don't know. Either way. My buddies and I used to play Magic the Gathering while we would fish. Smallmouth bass, make a little bit of money here. There is always a profit margin to be finagled over. And if we can turn around a little bit more cash, we'd actually have enough money to accomplish something around here. What's her name? What was it she wanted to give me for 1,000 gold? I can't remember. 1,000 gold and 75 stone she offered. Oh yeah, it was a well. I don't need a well just yet. It's just as well that I don't need the well because I can't afford it anyways. But from where I'm sitting, I think our water source is looking pretty solid. I don't really want you. I don't really need the trash either. Looks like you can end up making a lot of money. Looks like you can make it all the way up to like Bill Gates levels of cash. Okay, maybe not that much cash, but you can definitely be a 10 millionaire. These might be useful to hang on to in the case that we go back down into the mine. We can bring a stack of this with us to restore our energy so that we can do like a full day in the mines trying to grab as much copper ore as we can so that we can smelt those up, and then we'll update all of our gear. And then from there we'll be able to explore even further. A little piece of newsprint right there. I don't know who half this stuff is going to sell to be honest. Just trying to catch those sunfish, though. How much you want to bet sunfish only come out when the sun is out, though? So we only got about, like, an hour. Only got about an hour. We may also want to throw some bait on the hook. I don't know. I don't know how good the treasures are you can pull it. There's a sunfish. Got one of them, but it's a rare sunfish, so I don't know if it'll still count. 2 more to go. 2 more to go. Throw that out. I don't know what use the clam is going to be, so I'll probably remove that. Hopefully it's not like incredibly valuable and it doesn't turn out to be one of those items that you need in order to beat the game. That would be truly upsetting, and it would not be something that I'm working towards here. Oh, I messed up. That was me. I heard dripply noises, and when I heard dripply noises, I got overexcited and I jerked the rod out too quick. Got ahead of myself. Yeah, we used to put the fishing rods up on a stand and we played Magic the Gathering on the grass when we were hanging out over there. There's a big lake next to where I lived. Used to go out there fishing all the time. Had rainbow trout was the big one that we always caught. Occasionally you get a German brown or like a sunfish or something. But mostly rainbow trout. There's another sunfish. Almost got the quest done and we could turn it in tomorrow. That actually works out pretty well because we got to go down there and look around for that axe south of Marnie's house anyways, so long as we got a little bit of time to work with, we should be alright. I was hoping we'd get all the sunfish today. I'd rather not be down to the wire, or down to the line as it were. Got a new record bream. No time to waste. Continue the fishery. I don't think you get paid that much for these, though, although I'll probably use that as an opportunity to take all my fish down to the fisherman and either give them to him as gifts or sell them so I can make a little bit extra spending cash. Another bream. You can only catch breams at night, so I'm assuming we're basically out of time at this. That was quick. Threw that one in and it came out like instantly. I think it was ready to go. Surprised by how much the daffodils and dandelions are worth, too. These things are worth like an insane amount of money. Another little algae right there. What are you gonna do? Ain't gonna get the sunfish at this point. We'll have to fish him out later. And I don't know if he wants like the normal ones or if the unique ones will count too. Sort of depends. I've seen games that have had that as kind of like a... I don't think that's a bug. I think it's just an oversight. Like, I think there's definitely a difference between a bug and an oversight. Like, an oversight is just like one of those things you didn't think about when you were writing a program. I bet it works, though. This game is pretty well designed so far. There's nothing to lead me to think that it isn't going to work like that. I guess I'm fishing for fishing's sake at this point. Might as well just throw his little slimy ass back, and then we'll head to bed. Get some sleep in, and then what is this right? I mean, everything moves in this game. Things are constantly, like, moving around. And so I'm always trying to investigate things, but like, what's that? What's that? What's that? Where's the museum, by the way? They said there was a museum. Community center. That's like a play place or something like that. Marty's Ranch. I bet that's it right there. That's gotta be it. Carpenter shop, home of Robin, Demetrius, Sebastian, and Maru. That's got it. It's got to be like a railway museum or something like that. Yep. I bet that's how it goes down. I bet that's how it goes down. Let's go back home. Almost out of time for the day. That's okay, though. We've had a really productive day. I don't want to go out that way. If I go out that way, I got to trek through the forest in order to get home, and there's rocks, and there's stumps and stubbly things all over the place that poke me in my kneecaps and make me sad, and I am just not in the mood to be poked like that. Not in the mood. So I'm going to try and stick to it. I've been bringing my hoe with me everywhere because there's those little jiggly things you can dig out of the ground all over the place. Probably could get away with not bringing my scythe, though, now that we're not clearing fields anymore. So I'll probably put that away for inventory's sake. The axe we really haven't been using all that often either, but I'm a little terrified the second I put it away I'm going to need it. Let's grab all the fish. Any breams or anything in here? No. Alright. To the top we go. Play a game of Pet the Kitty. Kitties love fireplaces. I had a cat set himself on fire, though, next to the fireplace. I had a cat who had a severed tail, but, like, it never quite fell off all the way. And so his tail just kind of, like, sat there like a question mark all the time. It was broke, like, in two places in the middle. And it was like that since we got him. And so he would lay up against a furnace that we had. Fishing has gone up to level 2, +1 fishing rod. Alright, cool. We can make bait now, too. That's pretty sweet. Anyways, he would sit next to the furnace, and his tail had no feeling in the end of it, and so one day he sat down with his tail on the end, and we started to smell like burning hair, and we look over and the cat's tail is on fire, and he doesn't even know it because he can't feel it. And so my mom's like, oh God, and like runs at him. And so he gets terrified and takes off through the house with his tail on fire. The whole thing was a debacle. A little bit of parsnip over here. Okay. Starting to take us a pretty good deal of time to get this all watered. Starting to turn into one of those big tasks you gotta throw out there in the morning. I will probably eat that parsnip right there in order to get some energy back. And we're... oh, it's a potato too. Okay. Because I think we're either going to go look for... there you go. He likes the jump shot. He likes to jump in there, throw it into the air, and then he midair just glomps on that thing. It takes care of it. Man's got panache. What can you say? But we're out of time for the day. My name is Splattercat. I'm going to finish up the watering, and we'll come back, and we'll decide what we want to do from there in the next episode of Stardew Valley. My name is Splattercat. Bye, everybody. I'll see you next time.